C4's wide open, who's rolling in tonight? It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. Racing Line, for the Racing Line. Yeah, for the Racing Line. Woo! Stevie leads the charge, he is Stevie leads the charge, he is the Warriors chief. Adam's got the takes that'll roast like it's beef. Coach extraordinaire, yeah, Jason's on the mic. C4's wide open, who's rolling in tonight? It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the Racing Line. It's the Racing Line, Tuesday's prime for sim talk pace, and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight now.
Appreciate your time, Frank. This gentleman has done wonders for sim racing, the real world racers that come into sim racing or go back and forth. Frank's responsible to get some guys out on track. So without further ado, Mr. Frank Swartz, Grass Paddock Motorsports, tell us what you do.
What do we call this thing? The Racing Line. I'm all out of sync. We got more people to deal with this week than what I'm used to. So thanks to my co-host Jason for joining us. Adam's back this week, and as you can see, we got a fourth sitting here. Megan Oversheet is already joining us to help us do some reviews and stuff. So thank you, Megan.
Let's go, Megan.
And help
Good.
us. Good evening, Greg.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, we're just getting ready to review the spec racers, and since we had an announcer in the waiting room, we thought we'd go ahead and bring you in.
Ah, well, thank you very much.
There he is.
Hey, we got him.
Hey, Jason, we got you this time.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
We won't talk about
Yeah.
the other.
our special guest for the evening, Mr. Dave Ogburn, and for Dave to introduce you to these two knuckleheads. You got great to see you, Thor. Welcome to the fourth chair and the podcast this week.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It feels surreal, like finally being able to talk to you guys. You know, I've been in this league for like what 2-3 years, and yeah, finally face to face.
Yes, our first guest.
Yeah.
I'm on the spot now, Jeff. So, welcome, Mr. Jeff Jacobson. Again, great to have you here. Thanks for taking some time out to join us. So we get to some fun part. That's why you're here, Jerry. This is our guest segment after the reviews. So, thanks for sitting through with us. And
that was fun.
And
Thanks.
Yeah, it's some good racing. So, well, first of all, we gotta say thank you to Trenton for taking time to come join us. He's one of the hardest working guys I know, and you can look there in the shop behind him and get an idea of what he does. So as everybody sees, we've got Darren Ganji, and if you didn't know already, he is Mr. Sim Motion, where you can get all your sim rigs and equipment and everything. He's also the sponsor of that league we were just talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Sean Ambrose, we go back forever, back to the very early beginning days of the Weekend Warriors when it was broadcasted on another broadcast, GSRC, I don't mind saying it. Very good to us. And Sean was one of the producers, announcers, always great to talk with. So,
Mr. Edgar Sancinelli, Weekend Warrior, Frito Sport Racing. I don't know what all you do, but great to have you join us tonight, Edgar.
Yes.
I'm not saying shit. Oh, yeah, I literally. Whatever, I give up.
There you go.
I know you've had a mute for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
for the V's when Adam and you were there. I mean, it's jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're already starting off good. Yeah, this is going real good, guys. Hey, welcome in 37th episode here. As you can see, our main man, our Lord and Savior, our knight in shining armor, Stevie, is not here because Stevie can't talk. He got a little bit sick. So Stevie, get better, buddy. I hope you get to feeling better. But I think we got this. We're with Batonio, anyways. Antonio, welcome in, my man.
Hello, good night.
What time is it over there? You're in Portugal right now, right?
Yeah. Here is 2 a.m. now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, 2
Man.
a.m. It's not a big deal. I never go to bed before 2 a.m.
Yeah,
he's,
I go to
exactly.
bed
he's always burning the midnight oil.
I'm a bat.
You're a bat, exactly. All right. Well,
See, it all makes sense now.
the first thing we do before we get on to the star attraction over here, which is you, Antonio, we're going to go through, as you know, the videos. And first of all, we had the FVs this weekend, which I was not a part of because Indianapolis was way too important for me, and I don't know why anymore.
Yep, same. Yeah, Adam and I were in the same split.
The green flag is out, and the
For
drivers are
Indy.
on their way down the start-finish
But
straightaway. Off into
obviously,
turn
Road
number one.
Atlanta
It is a dream
gotta be a
start
good track
from
here.
Felix Samoas as he leads them off into turn
Yeah,
number one.
running the full layout.
He's actually had to start
So the
this
draft
race
is
from
going to
pit lane,
be
not sure why
incredible.
that is,
Yeah.
But the number 19 car currently slotted in 20th. As
So I think if I remember correctly, Antonio, I think the last time the V's did this layout, didn't you win this race?
Slipping on the peel as now side by
I
side
don't
with himself
remember
and
to
Ethan
win
Orr.
a race on the
And before I
on this
get
track
kicked in the
with
nuts
this
by
car.
a meowing military
If
man
you
from Reno,
remember,
Nevada,
maybe
that
it's
was an
true, I
idea
don't know.
from
I thought it was
so
you
I
because I
absolved
think
myself from
because
any
we had like a
responsibility
5-car
for that.
crash into
As
this
three
chicane
wide
that they're going
racing
3
down
wide into right
into
now,
the chicane for the
and I
first
think
time.
you
Ethan
managed to
Orr
get
going
through it.
jump to race lead P3 of the Spec
I thought it was you.
competitors, but he made his way up to the back
I don't
of
think
the
I have
Spec 2
ever
post
win
Avenger Love.
a race.
However, running wide
Okay.
through turn
On
number
the
one, going to
V's,
send him
yeah.
off into the grass and taking a one-way trip down the running order as we've got 4 cars covered by nothing.
Yeah, and the full
heading
layout
down
this,
into turn
yeah, this is
straight away.
one. It's a
Yep.
pack of vans
Going
running
into
their way up
the
hill
what is
down
it,
into
5A
turn
or
number
9A
10,
and 9B
it's
or
Samoa
5A,
Nine A,
5B?
getting moved on to
9A and 9B.
Slotted in second, Colicio and Tolo running.
I mean, that's hard enough to do in a GT3 car that you don't get that much draft off of. And these, and see, there it is.
Contact through turn number 1. Colicio.
Yes, turn 1's always sketchy no matter what the car.
Yep.
Heading through turn number 1, tail end of this
Car is small, but if the tires get touching inside, it's crazy.
Then here comes Ethan Orr trying to
Yeah,
get
these
that
things.
move done as well.
I mean,
I've a little wide, maybe
a little bit, yeah. But
squeeze them a
It
little
was just a
bit, but yeah.
courting thing this entire
Any wheel to wheel,
pack of
yeah,
cars
it's
here.
gonna-
We saw, wow, my God, getting all off the ground there through that.
Getting air through the over the curb there.
The thing with these cars too, what I haven't noticed with a bunch of other open wheelers, because I'm starting to run those now. Thank you very much, Jason. The netcode contacts you get in these seem worse than some of the netcode contacts you get in the faster open wheelers, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. The physics for these cars are really wonky. Yeah, it's like the if they get airborne at all, they just turn into a feather.
Yep.
They'll just flip over, shoot up into the air. So it makes this wheel-to-wheel racing like this even more stressful.
The drivers going side by side, battling tooth and nail right in front of him. We take a look behind the gases. Look at that, and you can see.
Jason Flavio said the podcast was better without you, and he hates that you're back.
Love you too, Flavio.
Now, it is great to have Jason back, Flavio, for sure.
Gets a move done nearly on Ethan Orr, who's still on his inside. Looks like Brewster going to back out of it now. The draft is oh so powerful here at Road Atlanta.
I didn't do any laps.
Was in the race lead.
Whoa!
Andrew getting squeezed into the grass there.
Briefly in fifth, but now it's a side-by-side fight between Brewster and Orr for the 5th spot.
You lose
We've
the
done a really good
tail.
job of staying off each other. Super exciting.
Oh, that's not the line.
Pushed it a little bit too far. You know,
Scott?
In this front pack fight,
Yeah.
and the drivers that you see going 3 wide.
A little instant karma there.
No strangers
Yep.
doing well. Look at that.
Here we go.
3 by 2,
Oh my God.
2 rows of 3
Oh, don't worry. It's only going to get worse. They still have 5 minutes left.
Starting to get into the pointy end of the race.
Less than 2 minutes ago, and 2 laps left
Yep.
to go at the
Here we
line,
go.
and they're ringing
Here
in
we
with
go.
3 wide action down into turn number 1. Samoa's, Brewster, and Montgomery trading blows. That's Brewster on the inside.
There's Jim
Samoa's
making
on
his
the
way to the
outside.
front.
Montgomery had to back out, but
Where did he come from?
With himself and Tullo.
He was lurking.
The Titan Twisties right towards the end of this race. This is really starting to flare up. And
Yeah, it's even more. I was gonna say. Last time I drove this track in the
Oh!
Back for sure.
as
Not
we see
exactly
crash
sure
into
that was.
turn
Looks like
3.
maybe it was
Yeah,
Michelle
which is
with
another-
Turn 3 is almost flat.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not even going to leave any sort of open interpretation. I was like, I have a bad feeling.
This
about
is such a
and then
dangerous
they
corner
crash
in
that
any
15
car. Right there.
seconds.
I mean, it's just, yeah.
Seconds later,
And you can't see it coming over the top of the hill. You can't see.
Yeah, nothing Michelle could do there.
Oh.
To try and avoid contact.
Getting forced
This
into the
is really
grass.
getting racy at the front of the field, though. Jim Brewster
really
now in the
terrible
race
when
lead.
something
white flag
Looking
here.
to get a move done to jump his way up to P1. Samoa is still
Uh-oh.
involved in that battle as well. They're side by side.
Uh-oh.
3 wide down into turn number
Ooh.
1. That's some racy stuff. That's going to take them immediately out of discussion for any good
Felix
result.
one
crushes
car
the king, gets a little bit of a gap, and drives this really well. He went to the inside and then went to the outside to get
Yeah, just
make
a-
sure that they were going to be side by side in the corner.
Yep, polling draft. That was beautiful.
Yep.
Wow.
We got so many cars together. If one car makes something wrong, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Fly.
I'm surprised turn 5 wasn't a bit. This turn right here. What? I say that, but it's not as big of an issue as it is in like GT cars.
Yeah, GT cars crazy. That corner.
Drivers potentially closing up that gap between themselves and Felix Samoa's as well, side by side racing, involving the gases and
Felix has a 7/10 gap coming out of the
field. Samoa's making the
turn
weave.
8.
That's a slide from Orzuki in the back of shot, but Felix Samoa is bringing.
I mean, this straight is so long. You got to do something.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna.
Though I think Felix is scrubbing a little too much speed.
Yep.
You can see he's not even chasing it too hard.
Oh,
He's not
waving.
thinking about this. He wants to get that draft and get that run down into turn number 10. He doesn't need to fight this like crazy. If anything, Samoa's is actually costing himself a lot of time.
Yep, Ron
That
called
gap
it.
Now less than a tenth of a second between those two down into turn
Oh,
number
Jim
10.
Brewster, number
Samoa's
4.
Nice.
Nice.
incredibly deep into the braking zone.
He still has a
That
chance points here in these V's. You can make that. You can make that move. Here we go. Guard the inside, Felix. Oh! Whoa! Wow!
Wasn't enough.
Very close.
If he had
Great driving by Felix.
More coming out of that final chicane, Tortolo may have been able to give us a photo finish at the end.
Great
of this
driving
race,
by everybody there.
Going to win it at the end all here at
I wasn't
Road
too
Atlanta.
upset that I missed Road Atlanta because usually it's a little bit of a little sketchy, lots of crashes, but yeah, turned out it was actually pretty clean and only a couple incidents. So well done by everybody.
Tam said it too. Where did Kurt come from? He finished P4. He came out of nowhere. He passed Jim right at the start finish line. Unbelievable.
Let's go, Kurt.
Yeah, great drive from Kurt Nunez. Yeah, going through the results real quick here. Felix, for the first time in photo finish history, Tortolo does not get the win. Felix got it by 5 1,000ths of a second. Hundredths of a second, sorry. And then Kurt Nunez, obviously, winner in Masters, P4 overall. Andrew Love is killing it, really starting to pull that gap to Michelle, which we're going to talk about here very shortly when we get the standings. What I wanted to talk about, though, before we get into the FFs is the weaving that Felix was doing. I'm going to get a little spicy here. I think if you want to spend all your time going down one of the longest straights you could ever go down in an FV, weaving, all you're doing is scrubbing time. I mean, Jason, we've been running IndyCar for 2 weeks now, and we're doing 220 miles an hour. And when you start weaving, you lose time. You lose pace. But you're trying to break that slipstream. Here, you can't really break that slipstream that easily. And you see it done in F1 too. Lando Norris at Monza a few years ago, right? And look how much time he lost by doing that. So I don't think there was anything really wrong there because when he got to the braking zone, he went defensive and he held his line.
Yeah, exactly. I think he did need to weave a little bit. I just think he kind of had too much steering angle on the weave. But I mean, ultimately, like who are we to say it worked out for him? He was able to maintain the gap. Tor was only able to get the wheel alongside. So So yeah, it's and like you said, it'd be one thing if he was weaving and then he kept blocking or drove Tor off the road or something like that. But once Tor got there, like you said, he drove it clean. So I didn't really see anything wrong with it.
All right, well, congrats, guys. It was a pretty clean race. Michelle, unfortunate for her, but it is what it is, and that's why there's more than just this race. On to the FFs.
We're going to look forward at Silverstone National.
Yeah, they're very small.
And look who's in the lead. Where's Batonio? There he is. I see him back there in P4 right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a good qualifier actually.
And it's not raining again.
Yeah, fortunately.
Yeah, I think it was last time we ran this sled. It was raining, or it was a damp track.
And I think that's a good strategy to do at a race like this. It's so hard to control the car on the rain.
Oh man, it's hard enough to control the car as it is.
On the dry.
Yeah.
Down into maggots up to this point in the season.
Uh-oh.
Is that's a moment heading through turn number 1. Some backwards driving from Philip Fernandez may have gotten a piece of that action.
It's Stevie getting a little spicy.
Yeah.
Down into Cops.
The inside of Cops, Stevie.
Okay, Stevie. I'm gonna start calling you Mac or Lewis Hamilton if you keep that up. Oop, that wasn't good though.
Yeah, for Paul. Gets tagged there.
Paul Jackson has also come into the pits in the 249. Now, contact
wow!
No. Into the air goes Andrew Hearns through turn number 5.
Talking about wheels of contact on some wheelers. That's what can happen there.
I think got a piece of that action as well. Here's a moment involving Jeff Jacobson in the 240 car.
Oh, here we go.
Bravo. 2 and 3, and it was contact with himself. I believe that may have been Peter.
Yeah, that's messy. Poor Jeff.
Oh,
and
Jeff.
What is going on with Jeff Jacobson?
That was a straight line into the wall.
Well, Jeff
Maybe
doesn't watch the
hardware
podcast,
failure.
but I wish he could tell you what he did there.
Yeah, it was not really a hardware failure, more of a rage control failure.
Yes.
Joyner with the run coming out of turn number
Whatever
1.
part of your
It's
brain
gonna be a
controls your
side-by-side fight
emotions
between these two with the lapped car
was
of
not
Maddox
controlling
and
his
Pollard.
emotions
All
that
this,
well.
Joyner got to try and grab the race lead from Pollard. It's a drag race between these two coming
Yeah,
out
had
of
a lot of people pit early, including Ian, whereas Mikey went long. And
Yeah,
ultimately, they came out
Side racing involving
even.
Sean Doyle, your championship leader in the Spec 1 category, battling hard with Kevin
Yeah,
Adrian.
I
That's
heard
about
that-
a break, and they come to blows, heading off through turn number 5, and that could have ended in tears with Michael McConnell coming to the scene of that accident. Over the next couple of days, I haven't been on
That
an
corner
iRacing
is not a
stream
good place to
show
spin.
since I say that.
No.
Yep.
Come to regret that.
Charles
Mikey Pollard
Bochelle
running a move done on Joyner down into turn
mentioned
number 1.
that
It's a
this battle up
side-by-side
here
fight
was
yet again between these two.
unbelievable.
Joyner has spent a lot
Yes,
of
it
time
was.
at the pits.
Yeah, it
Here we
was.
go.
There's only a couple laps out of it.
There's,
And
what,
let's see
7
how
minutes
it'll
still left
work
in the
out
race?
into turn
Yep.
number 3 of Maggots. Pollard holding onto the inside line.
They was side by
Joyner trying
side
to
most
sweep
of the
around,
time.
keep
Yep.
that momentum rolling as they head onto the Wellington straightaway.
No, they're
That
still
turnaround
going.
is so difficult.
How
So
they
difficult to
control.
be
Holding off on that defensive inside line.
to not even just take on your own, let alone
Yep.
have a car beside you.
He has a run heading out of turn number 1 down into 2 and 3.
Even
Will
with
this
VR,
work
it's so
for
hard to
Pollard?
find,
Will
this
it be a
space
good defensive
awareness.
drive from
Yep.
Joyner? He's going to have to try and drive the
Ooh.
widest race car in the world as they nearly comes up blows coming out of turn number 3. Soon you can see Pollard taking that aggressive line down the Wellington straightaway, leaving Joyner with basically no room on the inside, but he still races him clean down into turn number 4.
Doesn't clear him this
Not
time.
able to clear
Nope.
one corner exit as here comes Pollard back on the inside line through turn number 5.
It
It's
was
gonna be a drag
battling
race between
till
these
the
two
end.
on corner exit, down into
Unbelievable.
turn
And
number
look,
1.
they're
They've
still
gone
maintaining a
side-by-side, heading off the
pretty
top
good
so
interval
many times
to
in
Yes,
P3.
very
Could be on
clean.
the inside. Joyner just barely gets that nose out in front. Who has the bravery licking the
We
snap
was
and
catching
sending it
up
down
them
into
because
the turn. Looks like Pollard has
with
the
this
speed
battle, they
midway
was
through
like
it, but Joyner
losing 1
gonna have
second
the
per
run
lap.
on
Yep.
corner exit
So it
down
was-
into 2 and 3 here
We
in a
come
couple
from
of
6
moments.
seconds to
Who's
3
gonna win
seconds
at
at
the
the
pedal
end.
list?
Yep.
Breakers. Will it
On
be
these
Pollard
3
on the
laps.
inside, or is Joyner gonna be able to sweep around and hold on to the race lead?
Oh my
They are
goodness.
still side by side. It's been a lot of side by side racing, and they're
Ian's,
just a matter of millimeters
defending
between
around
the
the
two of them,
outside
heading
here.
onto the Wellington straightaway
That's
yet again.
crazy.
The lap car right behind them, Peter Maddox, enjoying this sight. This is a brilliant battle here with less than
Mikey needs
5
to go
minutes
deep
to
on the
go.
brakes.
Pollard on the
He's
outside.
further
Joyner on
alongside.
the inside. They had their way
Oh,
off
boy.
through Brooklands. It's deja vu to 1
Never
lap
give
ago.
up.
Pollard yet again alongside down into turn
Whoa.
number 5.
Finally
Mikey-
it's
Looks
ahead.
like Joyner's gonna
Oh
come to the
man,
inside
Mikey
and try
isn't
to
the
make
only
this
one that's
back
sick
up.
of Ian winning
And
every
just
one of
take
these
that tight
races.
run
Or
through
we aren't the
Cox.
only ones that
And
are
they're
sick
gonna
of
go side by
Ian winning
side
all of
again.
these.
This lap 3, we're going to go be side by side for these two cars.
Yeah, about that. Lap 3, lap 4, lap 30.
And gets a
and they're
little
still battling
slidey
hard
there.
into 2 and 3. Back on the inside line is Pollard. Stuck on the outside
Jeez.
is Joyner through this tightening turn number 3. Have a little bit of time left to go in this race. Anything can happen between now and the checkered flag. If these two drivers come to blows, Edward Buchanan will be the one to pick up the pieces. Trying to hold on to the inside down into turn 1 of Cops. Joyner's got the run though. He's got to try and sweep around the
I mean, this has
outside,
been
keep
going on
that
for 4
momentum
minutes.
rolling in this 6
Yep.
and try and hold it on. He boundaries, but that's not enough. Look at that. They touch again down
Jeez.
into turn number 3 and 4. These two have been battling tooth and nail, throwing everything, including the kick.
Uh-oh.
They get each other. They touch again. That's the biggest touch they've had thus
Super
far.
lucky.
Heading onto the Wellington straight.
Yeah, absolutely. I just love Joyner's line coming through Cops. Or Maggots, I should say.
He has a good run coming out of turn number 5 down the start-finish
Okay,
straightaway.
we go
For the
last lap.
time in
Here we
its
go.
entirety, that white flag
Last
in the air.
corner.
But Pollard, he has a run heading down this
Oh, last
start-finish
lap,
straightaway.
yeah.
Got to look for
Yep.
the inside down into turn number 1. Mikey Pollard is no.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Did you see the slide, the slip angle that Pollard had through there?
Yep.
Oh.
I don't know how he didn't tag Ian more.
Wow.
On the inside, but Joyner gonna have the momentum heading onto the Wellington straightaway for the final time in this race. He keeps that momentum rolling. He has a slight amount of speed, but Pollard got.
I'm sure there are things going on around in the pack, but you cannot come off of this with the camera. This is crazy.
Pollard is gonna have the inside. side into left field. Unless Joyner shows him the door, which he did, but he gets a bad exit. He's going to leave a nose open for Mikey Pollard to maybe make it a fight to the line. Pollard
That's it.
goes off into the ground.
Yep.
That may have sacrificed
Ian's got the inside.
momentum to the
Done.
start
Gotta go all the way around the outside. Yep.
0-0-0-9.
Incredible driving
As Buchanan
from
comes
both
in
of them to
third,
keep it
Reis is
clean.
in fourth, wins the
Yep.
Masters class. And as
Unbelievable.
we get the top 10 scrolling through, Dan Whitsack
Batonio
does take
P4,
spec
let's go.
2,
Yeah, the
fifth place
Batman.
overall.
Dan
Just
Whitsack
great driving
getting
by
the spec
everybody.
2 win in P10. Let's go, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Here we
it was,
go.
Like I said, fantastic bit of driving. Oh, and we found a jump. We did find a jump.
Uh-oh.
And then into the
Here we go.
Oh! Almost.
Bradshaw.
Like a rocket. It's a missile.
Yeah, and here at points, again, probably the best battle we've had all year.
For sure. Yeah,
maybe
I could
more
have
than all
clipped the last 7 minutes of that race, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was just pretty much as Mikey came out of the pits, him and Ian were battling the entire time. Close wheel-over racing. Incredible to keep it clean. I'm sure they had a bunch of 0Xs there, but yeah, no, leaving each other plenty of space, clean racing. That's what it's all about here. In the Weekend Warriors when you get that kind of a battle.
100%. Edward Buchanan comes home in a very quiet third place. Antonio, you were pretty close to him there. You were
Yeah, he was.
5/10 or so.
far.
So, yeah, Antonio, you started pulling that gap in, but congrats on your Masters win. And
Thank you.
so, we'll talk about it now. You've basically just focused all of your effort in the Formula Fords this season, and it looks like it's paying off for you.
Yeah, it's not my intention to do that for that reason. Just because of the schedule, I cannot drive this. I would like to drive all of the cars because it's more fun for me. But because of the schedule, so I have to do only one car because it's the only schedule possible for me. But I would prefer to do, the spec and the V's.
Right.
But anyway, I can focus more. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You're doing great. I mean, we're gonna get to points here soon, but I mean, the closest Spec 2 driver, even 10th place, Dan Whitsack, who beat Philip Fernandez by 4 positions. So, yeah, unbelievable drive by Dan. I mean, all of these drivers back here, you can see there wasn't much coverage going on back here, but people kind of shine through here. Looking at it, Stevie Ray in P11 even. So great run by Stevie, P2 in the Masters with Peter Maddox rounding out your third place in the Masters. Philip Fernandez and Paul Jackson. There were only 3 S2 drivers in this one, but better than last week.
Jeff was there too.
Oh, and Jeff, of course.
He's just not on the front page because
True.
The hardware failure.
Right. Yeah. The hardware failure. All right. On to the SRFs.
Here we go for the SRFs.
To grab the green, which we have now.
SRFs at the Hungaroring.
It's a good start for Panero. He's going to lead them off into turn at number 1.
Otherwise known as SRFs on ice. This track was such low grip.
Enough time for Nazelli to close up that gap and go
thankfully, it wasn't
down
too
the
warm,
inside
but
off
still,
into turn
it was
number 1.
the car was sliding everywhere.
Get some moves done on Eric Luke as well. Currently slotted in 3rd. Flavio and Dallo gang off to a good start as well.
This track is very challenging.
Blocking up a little bit farther in
I'm surprised you remember how to drive an SRF without all the downforce that you were dealing with for the last 2 weeks.
Everybody had a couple of
that's probably why I was sliding around so much.
Continuing on with a good starting first lap, as they're still kind of going 2 by 2, so they're going to have to be very careful they don't back things up, and they got to get lined up here and get this race going in full tilt.
Warriors broadcast, I say occasionally. I think I bring it. Oh boy, that's a dive from Helen Brema heading down into turn number 5. The triple 5 car trying to make something work on the inside of Bradshaw to slip his way up into another spot. And it looks like you got that.
I have to step away from the mic for half a second. I forgot I have the sprinkler on in the backyard.
I have to eat my words yet again as we nearly see some drivers
spicy into turn 1 here.
Their way off into turn number 1. It is some battling with Andre Favini
and Adam going side by side into turn 2.
number 2. Favini holding onto the inside line in the number 27 car. Bradshaw in the 929 going to concede that spot as they head their way through the exit of the corner. Claim on a race win, getting to crunch time for the season. These drivers looking to get some good results as contact being made, a double spin, big one, contact being made. I can also see, I believe that's Mario
Adam
Kremser
just did a
in
little
the,
wide,
the 278
clipped
car
Jeff a
getting
little bit.
piece of that drama, touching Bradshaw. As we're going to take a look in a moment, maybe involving Jeff Fritcher. This was a big moment. Yes, it was a moment for your leader in the Masters class.
Yeah, we were talking about that
made,
earlier, Antonio, when somebody in front of you crashes and
as well. You can see him now trying to get a
something
move done on
that
Phil
Joaquin could
Berry
have done
down
to
the
avoid
inside
that.
off into turn number 13. Will it be a move for the Italian on the Aussie? Yes, it will, because right now the 88 getting tripped up as Breme comes into pit lane. They're still side by side heading through the final corner. Look at Phil Berry running all the way up on the inside curb heading through the final turn. One, will it be a winning strategy for Luke? It's not going to net him the race lead, but I think he's going to be right alongside Maurizio Nazelli. In fact, a little bit in
Eric
front of
Luke
him heading
crushing the
down
pit
into
stop.
turn number 1.
Slow down. Let's look at his lines.
I was expecting him to fall back a little bit, but he actually crushed it there. Alish underfueled a little bit, I think. So he let me go.
Turn number 1. Yeah,
Try to
you
fuel
see
safe
these
to the
drivers
end.
heading down that start finish straight away off into turn number 1. Luke going to have Nazelli on the inside and really did not fight that one bit. Nazelli gets a move done down into the first corner.
Yep. The gap is closing. Nazelli is working his way up a little bit, but I think we're coming up to the white flag here. So I think they got one lap, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make up 2 seconds in one lap.
Seconds is closed up by a 0.4 of a second in the first few corners of this lap. I wonder if Panero may be taking it easy just to give us something to talk about. That's side-by-side fighting with Thompson and Wilkie down into turn number 1. Now Jeff Pritchard maybe going to get a move done on Thompson as he ran wide out of turn number 1. He's going to be stuck on the outside, though, down into the downhill left-hander of turn number 2. Around the outside doesn't really work heading through that section of the racetrack, although still has a little bit of overlap and actually gets a move done. Well done to Jeff Fritcher. The final few corners of this race, it looks like the
Jeff Fritcher is fast.
He's very fast.
Luke may be thinking about going for a move down the inside.
Just had a slight mistake towards the beginning of the race, a little spin.
That gap has certainly
closed
closed up, though,
but yeah,
8
he was
tenths of a second right
feeling
towards
behind
the
me.
end. I wonder if
still
Marco
recover
Perez
a
maybe
lot
run
of
out of fuel.
positions after
That
that.
gap is still closing more, below a half a second as they head their way through the final corner. If Marco Panero is running out of gas, this may be Nazelli's for the taking. He pulls to the inside as they head their way onto the start finish straightaway. He's out of fuel, and Maurizio Nazelli is going to win the race.
Wow.
Nazelli wins it. Eric Luke in
Close
P2
end.
and Marco Panero finishes in third. Those
Marco
two
did not run
drivers,
out of
those
fuel.
3 drivers, in fact, were covered by
He lifted to let his teammate win the race.
not even 2.2
Oh, Flavio is coming now.
0 of a second at the end of it. Wow.
Let's go, Flavio.
You know, I looked over when we started the final lap at the timing and scoring and noticed that Panero's pit stop was
Eric
2.5
Luke
seconds
is
slower
getting
than
faster and
Because
faster.
I lost all
Yeah,
audio there
Eric
for a second.
crushed it. Let's go, Eric. Great P2 from him.
We got you back now, Charles.
All right,
Had a
I was
chance to
saying,
win that
just
race for sure.
miscalculation on the fuel, and it's a tough way to lose a race. But I'm wondering what kind of shenanigans we're
No.
going to get here.
Marco
Here
Panero
we
just
go,
gave
the wall.
the broken angle. Oh, he's nearly upside down.
Got hit by 3
what
cars
in the
at the same
world
time.
are we? Oh, there's
Mario,
everybody coming in right
Mario
at the
coming in
last
for the
second.
kill.
Oh man, I'm not even sure what we just witnessed. Oh, more contact me. It's
Yeah,
something.
All the
all right.
aggressivity.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what all
Yeah.
that was, but you know, this is the standard for the Weekend Warriors: is that we destroy the car at the end of the race.
Destruction derby.
And yeah, here we go to the results. Bit of team play there. Leave it at that with Maurizio Nazelli and Marco Panero. But Eric Luke ends up coming home P2. And Eric is running away with Spec 2 here. And if you were to talk to Eric at the beginning of the season, he wasn't this fast. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that's putting in the hours, putting in the time with you guys to get faster. That's what Eric's doing. And he mentioned it on the podcast, and he was not kidding. I mean, to see him come home P2 just shows the amount of progression. And it shows it can be done if you put the time in.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
just between Mauricio and Marco is a big achievement.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he was. He actually was in front of Maurizio after the pit stops. That's kind of where people who are newer to the series will stumble a little bit in the pit stops. And I was kind of expecting him to fall back there, but no, he absolutely crushed it. He was faster in the pit stops than me. So yeah, and still made it to the end. So well done from him. Yeah, every time he's in full speed every week now. And I have to struggle for like 40 minutes to beat his initial lap times. So so yeah, he's actually given me a little bit of a benchmark at the beginning of the weeks for sure.
Yeah, and he's going to be in Spec 1 next season. He's already said he's going to make the move, but yeah, he's
got race winning pace.
He does. He's going to be a driver up there that's going to be able to battle with you guys, which is really cool to see because this Spec 1 class is man, it's tough to say the least. So pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see someone like that doing that. But yeah, going through here, Eric Luke, obviously winner of Spec 2, and Jeff Fritcher, like you mentioned, Antonio, comes home P9 in the Masters, or P9 overall, first in the Masters. Guy is quick, and he's been quick all season.
Yeah, Jeff is quick.
Yeah, and he, without the mistake earlier in the half spin, he probably would have been right on my tail or battling me for P4. So so it was a good recovery from him to pull it together. Kurt, let's go Kurt P12, second in Masters. At Thompson and Andrea also had great races as well. And also Josh Wilkie, P8 as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Did a great top 10 there. Josh has been struck by some bad luck, obviously. Not able to race as much as he used to be for obvious reasons, but still out there trying to race with you guys, and great performance by Josh. But yeah, now we can get to some points here very quickly. And first, we got to go over the XSLR points here. Jason, you are still P3 there, my friend. But obviously, looking here, we've got a few Weekend Warriors drivers that are coming back in, and we're only one race past halfway through the season. So myself and Jake Ham have an absolute battle on our hands up there at the top.
Yep.
With Jason, your drop weeks have fallen off now, so Andy's probably going to get up there into P3. But then you've got Ethan Orr, who is not that far behind Andy. Trenton Kramer, I talked to, is going to be racing the rest of these series as well, and he is a very, very quick driver. Derek Folk, you need to watch out for him, especially when it comes to the road series. Chad Gross finished P3 at Charlotte. So there's a lot of movement and shaking that could happen here going forward for the rest of these 8 races. So please tune in Sunday nights after Weekend Warriors. The broadcast starts 8:10 p.m. Eastern time. So got a bunch of good stuff coming up. We're going to Talladega this weekend, so that's going to be fun. But moving on, we're going to
87s on the ovals. It's always going to be spicy.
Yeah, especially a super speedway. Cannot wait. But yeah, here into the Weekend Warriors. Felix Amos is still in the lead right now in FV. You're pretty close behind him, though, Jason. Doing okay there with Ethan Orr, P3 right now, 628 points. Michelle Lynn is still killing it. I mentioned Andrew, and I've seen him win 2 races in a row now, with Michelle not finishing as close to him as she probably wants to. But yeah, it's weird not to see Andrew on that leaderboard. But yeah, Andrew Love has got to be close.
Well, yeah, at least according to the points, he's only gotten the 3 races in this season so far. So so lots of time with the grandkids, I think, is keeping him off of that off of that leaderboard for now. Yeah, even with drops, those standings are stay the same. So
cool. Well, speaking of standings staying the same, let's look at third place overall and leading the Masters division. Oh, we can't forget Jason Greider. Come on, Jason Greider rounding out the podium for the Spec 2. My goodness, what are we doing here? But Jim Brewster, 650 points, third overall. Jim is retirement. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Retirement's treating you well, Jim. Kurt Nunez there with 595, and Nick Tullo rounding out your top 3 in the Masters with 398. The Formula Fords starting to spread out a little bit. Starting to spread out a lot of it, actually. Sean Doyle with 641 points. Felix Mose with 584. And Dan Tufts with 561. And there's another driver you don't see up there. That's Ian Joyner, and that's because he hasn't done as many races. as he should, or as I would assume he wants to. But
I think he have only 3 races, so I suppose.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
that was his fourth, and he has 428 points.
Yeah.
From those 4 races.
Crazy.
110 is the maximum.
Yeah.
You can get from a race. So just to give you an idea of what he probably would have done if he's had a full season. But yeah, so Ian, even if he won the next 3, I don't think he could get enough points from that. But definitely a great season from him.
Oh yeah,
regardless.
Absolutely.
So taking drops into consideration, Felix has actually 2 fewer races than Sean. So with drops, Felix is actually in first by about 90 points. So yeah, once we get I guess to the next couple races, that gap, Felix will start to pull a little bit of a gap, I think.
Right, absolutely. So yeah, keep an eye on that battle as well. That's going to be changing around a little bit. Dan Witzak running away with 537 points. Paul Jackson 452 with Dustin Meaden 277. And that was interesting because Paul Jackson was in the lead of this for a while. So Paul has definitely fallen back a little bit. Dan Witzak, I don't think he was part of that last race. He must have had a drop week to burn. Maybe he'd been doing some Indy like most of us were doing. Yeah, but keep an eye on that.
He won Spec 2.
Oh, he did. Okay. So yeah, keep an eye on that battle as well. Paul Jackson falling back just a little bit, but we got to talk about 4th overall here, Mr. Antonio Reis. How does it feel to be Max Verstappen in the Masters Series in the Formula Fords, Antonio?
No, I'm not to Max Verstappen, but just being lucky. I have so much unlucky last season. I was crashing most of the races, but this season is going quite smooth, so it's not crashing that much. So you have a consistent kind of a finish overall, like top 5 or something like that. I have a few bad races as well, but I still have only 7 races, so I still going to count 3 more. So probably, if I have a luck again for the rest of the season, I probably can put some more points. Let's see. Just wait and see.
Yeah, I think a top 5 is kind of the like a 5th place is probably the lowest I'd expect to see you, Antonio. I was you are absolutely killing it in the Formula Ford. You're really, really quick. So yeah, top 5 minimum, I think.
Yeah, let's wait and cross fingers.
Apologies there, guys, if you could hear my Discord notifications in the background. I'm part of about 100 Discords, which is 99 too many. So I just went ahead and cut that off so you guys don't have to hear that on the podcast. But yeah, killing it through Jeff Wupker, 417 points. Stevie Ray up there now on the podium with 287.
Let's go, Stevie.
Yeah, great job, Stevie. I mean, it's going to be weird to send a trophy to yourself, isn't it, Stevie? But doing a great job there. Jason Green, though, in the Spec Racer Fords.
Let's go, Jason.
We got to talk about, you got a battle on your hands here with not much help up there. So how are you gonna try to finish this season out without the team?
I mean, so we taking drops into consideration. Maurizio is 40 points or so, 50 points ahead of me. So yeah, I mean, there's honestly not much I can do. I would struggle to beat Maurizio one-on-one, but yeah, against 2 aliens, because Maurizio is an alien, Marco is an alien. I am definitely not an alien.
Right.
So yeah, I'd struggle to beat him one-on-one. Having to race both him and Marco, yeah, I don't really think I have a chance there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, regardless, great season for me. I think my lowest finish, I'm going to jinx myself, but my lowest finish so far was 10th at Long Beach, and everything else has been like 6th or better.
Sure.
So yeah, I can't. And the 3 wins, of course, are great as well. So can't be too mad at that.
No.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, this anything can happen in the last couple races.
3 more races, yeah.
Yep.
So a driver that's right now in the chat, hopefully still in the chat, Mr. Flavio Andalo, rounding out the top 3, and hopefully drop weeks don't take you out of that one, Flavio. You've had a quiet but consistent season, I guess, is the best way to put that. You're not on the stream that much, but sometimes you don't have to be rounding out the podium points for Spec 1. So great job. Ron goes, it's not coming out of my mouth, Jason. It's not a jinx that way. So
there you go.
But doing a great job, Flavio.
Flavio's actually been showing up early. Getting there with like 20 minutes of practice left. So instead of his usual showing up with 5 minutes of quali left, so that tends to help Flavio. You should probably accidentally do that more.
yeah, Flavio. You didn't hear that from me. You heard it from Jason Green. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Jason. Eric Luke right now, 3rd overall. And Flavio, you're going to have a battle on your hands, buddy. So you better get showing up to practice a little bit earlier when Eric finds himself up into Spec 1. Matt Thompson, though, doing a great job in Spec 2. Trying to hold on to second place right now from Paul Jackson, and really has a pretty sizable lead. And every time I've raced in the Weekend Warriors or at the Spec Racer Fords and just watching the broadcast back, Matt Thompson is always up there in contention, top 10. So Matt is doing a great job. Obviously part of that Frito Sport team. Maybe getting a little bit of help from Edgar, which kind of upset. Edgar's not racing with you guys, but I know Edgar's got his own stuff. But congrats, Matt.
Yeah, I think he's been there for a couple races this season, but yeah, Matt's always up there. And if not for the ascendant Eric Luke, he would have handily been in the lead for Spec 2. So great job from Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. And if Eric takes any time in the week you guys take off, you guys better watch out. It may only take Eric a week to get right up there and really start battling you guys. So yeah, keep an eye out for Eric in Spec 1 next season. Tom Gradwell and Jeff Fritcher, 4th and 7th, tied at 520 points. Don't quite know how that works, but nonetheless, that's a battle going on right now.
Yep. Although Jeff has 2 races less than Tom, so with drops it's a little more lopsided. But yeah, Kurt is also on 7 races instead of 9. So so yeah. But I mean, the Masters always seem to come down to at least when Monty and Antonio aren't there, the Masters kind of flips, has some wild swings at the end.
It does.
Sometimes I think Fritcher came from nowhere a couple seasons ago to win it in the last race. So yeah, anything can happen.
Flavio
is doing well.
Flavio, I do have the ability to ban people from chat. That's all I'm going to say, Flavio. But yeah, Kurt Nunez there, 454 points. Just trying to hold on to the back of those guys, but there's a battle right there right now. Like Jason said, a little bit more lopsided than it should be, but things are starting to spread out a little bit compared to how they were a couple weeks ago when we were looking at these points. But still, anything could happen one bad race. You want to take a drop week that you didn't want to have to take. It's all it's gonna come down to at the end.
Yep.
But now on to our main attraction, Mr. Antonio Reis. Welcome in, and good to finally get you on the podcast. It only took us 37 episodes to get you here.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very happy to be with you guys. As I said before, especially to see you face to face, eyes on eyes, on the camera at least. And yeah, I'm very glad to be here. It's a great community, these Weekend Warriors. I'm from the very beginning of the Weekend Warriors racing on this league, and I know all of these guys, and so it's for me like a family. So when I look at you, I look like my brother and sister.
Yeah. Well, well, thank you. A brother that lives all the way out in Portugal. I don't know what my dad was doing, but yeah. Anyways, no, it's great to have you here, Antonio. And I'm gonna ask the question that Stevie asks. I finally remember it. What got you into sim racing?
Yeah, well, I would say like when I was children, I was born in Africa, and when I grow up on the capital of Angola in Africa, we have races inside of the city. So I got that smell from the cars and the noise. So we was just sitting down on the coffee shop, and the cars was just passing just in front of us. These Chaparral, Lola, and very powerful cars. And so I was already the 7, 8 years old, the champion of these I don't know in English how to say, is cars with metal wheels. It's like rolling. It's like a piece of wood.
Pinewood Derby. Or the downhill, when you go downhill. Yes, I know what you're. They're not Pinewood Derby cars. I don't know what they call those over here, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was already winning all of those. We have a lot of people doing that, and also on the bicycles, like 12 years old or something. And I was already organizing. I was like the FIA director, so I was organizing all the kids have to follow my rules. So I have, we draw with the shock on the floor on the asphalt, a track, and so I always love cars for some reason. And then I drive with no teaching. So one day my mother said, "Hey, you want to drive?" And I was 12 years old, and she said, "Yeah, I want." So she gave me the car. I get the car and I start driving. I nobody teach me, but I drive the car. First gear, second gear, third gear, and my mother said, "Okay, enough. I see you. You can drive." Then after that, everything was completely dead for me about the cars because the the war in Africa.
Right.
So after that, I was very busy. I was working so hard and very busy all the time, no time for nothing. And then after I get 50 years old, my life got a little bit more stable economically. And then that when I start sim racing.
I want
So I get.
I want to
Yeah,
stop you
go
right
ahead.
there. To anybody that thinks that it's tough, keep going, because he said he was 50 before he started getting to a point where he felt comfortable. So any of those younger kids or anything like that, just keep pushing. It'll all turn out okay. I want to hit on that point, especially in the economy that we have today. You were 50 years old, Antonio, and finally things settled down for you. So anyways, into the sim racing side of it. Sorry.
Yeah, so I get that kind of. I bought my first computer, so I didn't even know what is a computer at that time. So I bought my computer with like 47 or 48 years old. My first computer. Then I start doing all the sims, all the sim racings. I did them all. So and then the one I have the most was the Toka 3. So
Everyone talks about that.
Yeah, Toka 3 Codemasters. It was my favorite sim racing. And then we was like about from 2005, 2006, 2007. And then I come to iRacing in 2012, I think. I started in iRacing, yeah. And then from that time things start growing and growing and growing. I start driving with the keyboard, and
What?
so it was like this. Yeah, I drive with the keyboard. My wheel was the keyboard.
Oh man!
I have the left and right throttle and gears. And that time I meet Chris Murakami.
Yes.
So it was. So Chris Murakami is my old friend, my most best and old friend on the sim racing world. And we still keep together after 20 years almost, 17 maybe. Yeah, and then then here I am still.
So what are you? So you went from a keyboard and a mouse, or a keyboard basically, to what are you racing with now? You better have a wheel. If you're beating them that bad still on a keyboard, Antonio.
No. Now I have the Fanatec 8 newtons.
Yes.
With the Mac McLaren GT3 rim,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the TP3 pedals, the Trustmaster
Yep.
TP3. I
Yep.
think it's TP3. Yeah, with the load cell. And then I have a cockpit. I bought a Logitech cockpit, and I use VR for about 6 or 7 years in a row. And I love VR. I cannot race without VR. For me, if I think about going back to monitors, I get mad. I did try many times. No way.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned the VR thing. Oh, sorry, I thought my mic was doing weird things again, but it's not. So it's funny that you mentioned the VR thing, because I actually started kind of similarly, a little. I'm a bit younger, Antonio, in case you didn't know.
Right.
So I started in Formula One on Xbox. It was a free game, Formula One 2012, and I played on my Xbox controller, and I was like, this would be a lot of fun with the wheel. So I got a Thrustmaster wheel, and I got like the stand that you can fold up and carry with you and take it places. And you're able to mount your pedals. So I had the Thrustmaster TSXW, which I believe Jerry DiPiero is still racing with to this day.
Right.
But anyways, I got that, and then I got into iRacing, and I was like, oh, I went big. I got 3 monitors and all of this stuff. I did all the things, and I was like, I'm going to try VR. I had my VR headset for a week, Antonio, and then I sold it. I am the exact opposite as you when it comes to the VR side of things. I cannot do VR for some reason.
Everybody is different. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, it's crazy to see like how clearly VR makes you fast. So I may have to go back to VR. Jason, keep that in mind. It's a little bit cheaper than triples as well. So, but
yeah.
The VR, I think it gives you more awareness
Yep.
of the track position, where you stay, the other cars around you. I think it's better on that point.
True.
Yep.
It's worse. It's more uncomfortable, and it's not good for the eyes. I mean, the quality of the picture is so lower than screens, but it's something you have to trade.
Right.
You cannot have both of the worlds in one world. So
exactly.
you have to pick what you want. It took me a while. It took me like maybe 3 or 4 years until make the shift from monitors to, because I have 3 monitors before.
Right.
And to make the shift, it took me about 3 or 4 years. I was going back to monitors and VR like that. And then one day I was like, no more monitors.
Yeah, absolutely. In VR, I mean, it's only, you can't really do much more with the triple monitor setup, and VR is only getting better, and it's still getting better. There will be better VR things out there, but I want to depart for just a second, because I know that you are into airplanes. Okay.
Yes.
And I know that you do Flight Simulator.
Yes.
What got you into airplanes, and what made you so big into Flight Simulator? You sent me all of this stuff, which I have yet to do, to get to be more realistic in Flight Sim using your pedals. So why are you such a big Flight Sim fanatic as well?
Well, my mom usually say, when I was a kid and I see an airplane on the sky, I was shouting, airplane, airplane. So I love airplanes from my childhood. I'm fascinated.
Yes.
For me, airplanes is like magic.
Yep.
It's something, when I see an airplane, I'm thinking, oh, what? How it's possible? This is engineered. There's some guys behind design this, constructing, but it's so beautiful. It's like a bird, but it's a metal bird, but it's so perfect, and they are so beautiful, the airplanes. So I, from very, 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 very tender age, I start getting in love with airplanes, and then And then when I fly with my mom, go from Africa, Angola to Portugal, fly on this Boeing 707, and then
That's
inside
the airplane I used to
I was-
work on. a KC-135 was a Boeing 707. So that shows you
Yeah.
how old some of our airplanes are in the American military, Antonio.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I went to Air Force as a volunteer with like 18 years old. And then my goal was like to go as a mechanic and then study inside of the Air Force, get my graduation to candidate for pilot. So my goal was to be a pilot with knowledge about mechanics, airplane mechanics. So, but then it failed. They didn't accept me. Then they put me on the tank. I went to the tank.
No.
Yeah, it was very frustrating. And then everything was dead, as like the cars. So I was working very hard, no time for nothing. Then when I was 50, I get my flight simulator.
Yeah, there you go. And have you
Yeah.
gotten your pilot's license? Are you just a flight simulator guy? Have you tried to get a pilot's license? Just
Yeah, I tried to get a pilot license, but I didn't have the money for that. And so one of my goals also when I went to the Air Force was to get the pilot license for free.
Right.
Because my idea was after the Air Force time finish, jump to the civil and be a pilot for my entire career of my life. But didn't work that way. So yeah, so then I tried to get the license after the 50s, but it was too expensive. So I just give up. And then sometimes I just rent airplane, at these ultra wides.
Yes.
I just pay $100 or something that I go with the pilot, and then on the air, once we are there up, they say, okay, now you can drive. Then
That's awesome. That's really cool. It's
Yeah.
it's funny you don't meet a bunch of people with everybody likes airplanes, but not everybody is an aviation enthusiast, and people like you and I and stuff like that. You don't meet people like that a lot, to where we
No,
just are in
no.
love with. My goal is
Yeah.
exactly what your goal was. I'm going to be able to retire from the Air Force when I'm 45 years old, and I'm going to get, hopefully, my pilot's license and be able to go as a second career and go do that. But I'm kind of going down the same path you were, and it's pretty cool to kind of hear the stories
cool.
about that. So
Yeah, glad to know.
we have some pictures as well. Now, there are a lot of these, Antonio. You sent a lot of pictures. So we'll go.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
this is when I was children, as I said. The race is in Africa. We was inside the city. We have this coffee shop, so we sit just beside the cars. Just was so close.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was inside the city. There is no barriers, no fences, nothing. Just on the cars was just crossing beside your coffee shop table. Then it was so amazing. You have all of these prototypes, these kind of Ferraris and all of different cars. And
Look
so
at
this is the Luanda. This is the capital of Angola.
okay.
Is on the this is on the marginal of where they have this bay with the
Wow.
palms, and then that it was the grid, the beginning of the grid of the race. So and then they race inside like Monaco,
Yes.
inside of the city, like Miami or some other city. And this is
Yeah, I
my
was just about to
favorite.
say
So
that that cafe turn is kind of like
Yeah.
Monaco as well.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just
that photo with
it's amazing
go
the
ahead.
beauty of the cars back then. They're
Mhm.
just so
Look at-
gorgeous.
Look at that
This
thing.
this was the first and second fastest and the best drivers in Portugal.
Mhm.
The first one is the Alfa Romeo T33, and the other guy was the BMW. His name was Nisha Cabral, and the first one of the Alfa Romeo was Antonio Peixinho.
Mhm.
And then this car, this Alfa Romeo, he was living behind my house, my parents' house.
Wow.
So every day he was training, and the mechanics was preparing the car. Every day he was running. What?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look! I see a very,
Okay.
very old rig. My
Yeah,
goodness.
So this is already a development of my first. So before this, I didn't have a wheel. I just drive with the keyboard. And then this is my first or second. I don't remember. This wheel have a spring. It doesn't have force
Yes.
feedback. You only have a spring.
Yep.
And then it's just turned to the middle. So this was one of my. I have drive with one monitor. And was one of my first. Then this is my second three monitor.
Let's go.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my second three monitors. This is a Fanatec wheel with the Fanatec pedals. So I was already improving a little bit.
Look at that! Wow.
Yeah. And then this is my third. So this is a T300 Thrustmaster with a TP3 pedals, also Thrustmaster. See, this was my already quite before the VR. So before the VR, I was using this set.
That keyboard looks strikingly familiar to something I might or might not be using. I think there actually. So wow. And here we go.
Okay,
Here's the.
This is now. This is now. Now I'm using this with VR. I don't need three monitors. So I sold all my monitors. Somebody bought it, and then I get a new one with better quality. And then, can you go back to the first simulator photo? Oh no, the other one, the next one. You see the spec?
Yep.
Yes.
I was already driving the spec in iRacing. This very begin 2012 or 2013 or something like that.
Antonio, do you know? I don't know if this word translates over to Portuguese. Bevel. Do you know the bevel in between the screens? Look at the amount of bevel you have.
Yeah.
I mean, you're missing about 6 inches of car in between those two screens, Antonio.
Yeah, but you see the car is well aligned.
Yes,
so
it is.
Yeah, because I did adjust everything with the surround, NVIDIA surround. Yeah,
But he's very safe. He's not going to get injured at all. He's got the helmet and
he
the fire
does.
suit.
I mean, you're
He's
the
prepared.
fire suit on too, Antonio. I hope if that PC starts on fire, you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, that was
no seatbelt though. So
No
you're going to get
seatbelt. That was my go-karting suit.
Yes,
Gotcha,
we'll
okay.
get to those pictures. We will get to those. And
Yeah.
what's this? I saw you posted that you put this in here.
Okay, so this is you see the
Oh yeah.
you see the my name is there, Antonio.
Yes.
The last one. So this is the first race on the Weekend Warriors League in 2015.
Wow.
Yep.
So yeah, see,
Like
so I
13 big
start.
grid.
Yeah. So you see Luca Varani, I think was the guy that created the Weekend Warriors, and then later Stevie Ray took over. Then Jason Perry is already there.
Perry. Wow.
Yeah. And some other guys, well, they don't show here, but yeah, it was the beginning of the. So this is the. I started iRacing 2012. So this is all the years.
I see some oval in there.
Yeah, I did a couple of ovals. Okay, this is all my trophies from Weekend Warriors. I have 2022 1, 2023 I have 2, and then 2024 I have 1, 2. I think was the most successful year in winnings in Weekend Warriors was 2024. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins, and then 2025. So this year I still have 2. Yep.
That look familiar?
I don't see
Oh,
yet.
hang on, 1 second. We gotta do this because nobody can see it, but we're right now. Yes.
Oh, I see. Yes, yes, yes.
That kind of looks familiar in that last picture.
Yeah. Exactly the same. Yeah, exactly. It's a very beautiful trophy. My goodness. Thanks to the guys that create that trophy.
Okay, sorry. We're gonna get back to you. I saw that. I was like, hey, I have one of those, but now we got to go through all these again.
Yeah.
So I apologize, guys, but we'll get there. All right, moving forward, there's all your trophies, and then the next one here, all of the evolutions of the paints.
Yeah, so I love to paint the cars. I have about 29 gigabytes of paints. I paint for so many people, cars for everyone asks me, and I just paint the car. So this is the few of the paints I use on the spec and on the Formula 4 Ray car. And
sorry,
just a collection. Oh, okay, that one. That one is Chris Murakami.
I just want to say, Antonio, the your current one, the Batonio livery, is by far my favorite. It is
all
so
right.
good.
Yeah, that's thanks to you because you are responsible for my Batonio.
So we need to. That's a question that I think Jason can ask you there shortly. But moving on through these pictures here.
Okay, so this is my friend Chris Murakami.
Oh,
and his wife.
Okay.
Yeah, and his car. So we are friends from the many years. Oh, this is Forens and his girlfriend. So Forens came to Portugal. So me and Forens, we went to a go-karting, and we have 2 races. So he get number 1, I get number 2.
I was about to say you should have. I hope you beat him.
I beat him on the second race. So this
Let's
is
go.
this is another view of the same track. Me and Forens is 3 hours. This was a 3 hours race. So I have a pit full.
Jeez.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, this is I was doing a team racing. So me and my friend, we won that race. It was organized by a coffee shop. Every year they organize races, go-karting races. So me and him, we won as a team. That's the Cartódromo is my town where I live. The name. Yeah. So we have. It's already closed, unfortunately. They bankrupt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. So this is me driving that with that one that I won.
Oh, there
and then
it
this
is.
This is the next year. So I won again on the next year, and then this time was a single.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah. Then this guy on the front with the blue, dressing in blue, is the guy who organized this championship. He's the owner of that coffee shop.
Okay. Wow.
His name is João. Yeah. Okay, this is with the students, university students, organized by university students. And this photo is they pull the cord of my car. I was sitting there. And he was pulling the cord to make the engine start. Okay, this is things going serious. So this was a different go-karting type. It was not these slow go-kartings. This was a much faster kart type of car. And then these 2 guys, the guy on the top, the number 1, he's the owner of the go-karting facility, and he's his partner. So I finished second behind. His name is David, and the other one is Paulo. So yeah, that okay. So this is Luis. This is a very good friend of mine, and this is a Rotax. This is very powerful. This is a professional karting, and he allowed me to drive. He said, "Oh, you want to? Okay, go there and make a few laps." And then he told me, "Oh, don't push too much because the brakes are not good. Then I was so afraid that the brakes don't
No, that's not what you want to hear going in.
No,
Hopping
no.
into a fast car.
Okay, this is the kart. This type of kart the guys before on the podium we was using. So then this suit, this driving suit, was this my friend Lois. He gave me because he have many cards. He have a lot of different type of cards. He have the Rotax and they have another type different. Then he have a different also suits, and then he give me one of his suits for me, and then. We was making a team, Cephia. So Cephia was one of his companies, and then we was running with that kind of a sponsoring for that So this is the newspapers. So we came on the newspaper with it was 2014. So I was like almost 50 years old, and this time we was
there you are, right there. Yep, I see you down there.
Yeah. I'm there with him.
Oh, it's
okay,
wet.
So wet, and then this was the. So we have in Portugal, I think everywhere in the world is the same, but we have these private teams that run the go-kartings, and then at the end of the year they pick the winner of each team, and they make a final. So I was selected to go to the final. This is a national level, and then I didn't expect the rain to come, and then I finished last because I don't know how to drive. Yeah, I don't know how. And then this engine is like 27 horsepower.
Yes.
The other one is like 6 or 7 or 8, 9 sometimes. But this car was like 27, I suppose, horsepower. It was so powerful. It was a four-stroke engine, but was really powerful. So I was so afraid. If it was a dry, no rain, I could be enjoying it. Maybe I could try to get a good position. But with the rain, I was completely no experience. I don't know what to do. And then I finished last. I just let everyone go. Okay, pass. Everyone pass. I didn't want to get in trouble because when you collide with something, it hurts on your bones. So I decided to back off.
So Antonio, Flavio had a question in the chat. He said, "How scary was it to drive the Rotax?"
Oh, it was not scary at all. It was really enjoying a lot, and the first thing, my helmet fly out of my head.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
just from all of the air.
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't put that thing that
the strap. Yeah,
the chin strap.
Yeah, the strap. So it flies up. So I couldn't see anything because it was blocking. So I have to shake my head and then the helmet come back. It's so powerful. It's so powerful, the Rotax.
That's awesome.
Okay, this is my first suit I bought, $50 that time, a used one. I got my first suit, racing suit, karting. It was all black. So I give back to my friend Luis that white one that he borrowed me. And then this is Paulo Figueiredo on the white. He's the organizer of the Sim Racing Portugal. I just did a race 3 hours ago on this league. Yeah, and we was on the go-karting. Okay, now we go for
there
the
we go.
airplanes.
There we go. Now we're talking my language here.
This is the Free Air Force Day, so they allow people to jump inside the airplanes and to see the airplanes. And then I went. This is a Chipmunk. I don't know if you know. No. Okay. This is a propeller propeller on the nose.
Oh wow!
And it's like a reconnaissance and the training pilots. Okay, this is the Cessna push-pull, the Skyrider. It's a photo of me inside of that airplane, and that was
there it is.
So this, there it is. This is the push-pull. It's a very beautiful airplane, the Cessna. Yeah.
Dude, I have to say these, the American military, they say we don't have these, but if you look, there are pods on the wings. Those are not fuel tanks. Those are things that can actually hurt you. And it's crazy to see a Cessna have munitions on it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a rocket launcher, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the
I know what a T-38. Yep. We
Yeah.
have those out here. Yes, that is a T-38.
I was very happy there.
Training.
It is. Yep.
Jet, right?
It's a training jet. Yep.
Yeah, this guy, the C-38, it's a very beautiful, small, tiny jet. It's wonderful. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's amazing. This is the Alpha Jet, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
I was talking with the pilot, asking questions. He was answering all my questions. What is this? What is that? How it behaves?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes.
This is the Alpha Jet.
How do I drive off in this?
Yeah, how do I can take this off. Do you have enough fuel in it? Now that's a helicopter.
Okay, this is the Alouette, the French Alouette.
Okay.
Portuguese Air Force have a lot of those helicopters. They was very, very popular. Okay, so this is the airplane I flew with the pilot. Yeah, this one I pay like $30. $30.
Wow.
And then he took me to the air. He was flying around my city. He's just near my city. Yeah. But okay, this is
sorry, Flavio. Go ahead.
Antonio.
I'm looking at Flavio there. Go ahead, Antonio.
No
Sorry.
This is the radio control hobby. So I have a lot of different airplanes. I have some airplanes that can go like 120 miles an hour. And this is a glider. This is a slower.
Yes.
Slower one. Yeah.
Which one did you use to get that? I think you showed me like a video of flying around your city.
Oh yes. With a camera.
Is that did you use one of those?
Yes,
that one, or?
but yeah, he's one of those. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How do you have to get towed into the air by another RC airplane?
No. It have a little small electric engine on the nose. Yeah, and the blades are foldable, so that's why you cannot see the blades. They are foldable across the fuselage.
I got you.
Okay, this is a Portuguese-made cars, racing cars. So Portugal also made cars for racing on the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
That is a beautiful car.
Yeah, a very beautiful car. And still they doing, even now they do more modern cars, but yeah. So this is one of them. There are, okay, this is a racing car was made in my city.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they call the Alba, the name of this car. It was very beautiful as well. With those tires. This is from a different city in Portugal, but it was I bring only three photos of but there are a few more that I just don't want to bring.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is when I was in North Korea. Well, this is the border between North Korea, Russia, and China. So this is where Kim Il-sung make the agreements on the Second War to get the help from Russia. There is a small house beside this. So I'm a member of the Family Federation for World Peace, and we went there for make a prayer to peace, to world peace. So we asked this. There you see a soldier there with a uniform. So we asked him the permission to go inside to make our prayer. So there is a guy from Austria on the right, from England after. And then the small Japanese guy was our leader. And then there was a Brazilian, a Russian student, and me. I'm the guy with the green beret.
Wow.
Green beret. I'm the green beret. Okay, this is the area we was working in Russia.
My goodness.
So we work in all different cities. So we was organizing all of these seminars for teachers, university teachers, and thousands and thousands and thousands of people come every week for our seminars. This is the leader, the family of the leader of the Family Federation for World Peace. It's a Korean family, and this is my family.
It's about time you got a picture of your family in there, Antonio.
Yeah, I was in Japan. We went to Japan to visit my wife's relatives, and we just take. I was like 5 years ago or something like that.
Right, and that's, I think, it.
And that's it. Yeah.
Well, we got through those.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing.
Did you live in Japan for a little bit, Antonio?
Yeah, I live in Japan about 3 years. Yeah, I was working in the cooking gum. I was making 10 tons of gum every day.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a really nice job. It was very clean, and it was a little hard because I have to pull boxes of like 20 kilo every time from morning to night. 20 kilo of sugar, and put some. I was the guy make the taste of the gum. So we have like mint. We have the pink mint, the blue mint, the black mint, the green mint. We have like 6 different type of mint gum. And I got the job there when I went from Russia to Japan, and then I got that job, and then I was there for about 3 years.
Flavio.
Yeah, Antonio's lived in a lot of cool places.
Yeah.
Russia, Japan.
Flavio's got another question. Did you learn Japanese, Flavio, while you were over there?
A little bit, not so much, because my wife, when I go home to my wife, I speak English with my wife, even now.
Okay.
And yeah, and then when I was to go to work, I was talking Portuguese, because the factory was, half of the crew was Portuguese, was Brazilians, actually.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then I didn't need to learn Japanese because I go from work to home. I don't have much free time. So I didn't develop my ability to learn Japanese because of that. So I was relying on English and Portuguese in Japan.
Jason, if you don't ask the question, I'm going to. I don't know the story behind the livery of the car.
Okay, Jason, go ahead.
I mean, I don't remember exactly how it came up.
I can tell you. I was using the James Bond 007.
Yes.
All the time. And then one day, for some reason, one day for some reason, I put the Batman a little bit beside the James Bond.
Yeah.
And Jason was laughing. What is that? Antonio, what a good idea. Maybe you could put the Batonio. And I said, what?
The Batonio.
Why not? It's a good idea. And then he comes the Batonio.
So
Thank you,
so
Jason.
good.
So you now are.
And like,
go ahead.
Yeah. When the first time you ran the SRF with it, I didn't know that you had changed it. And Antonio comes flying past me, and I look at the back of his car, and it just says Batonio, and I just die laughing.
Yeah.
Like maybe 30 seconds. Like he pulls even further away because I'm laughing so hard because it's so good.
Trent.
Yeah, but and
Trent goes Antonio Wayne. If you don't know who Bruce Wayne is, Antonio, he's Batman.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Bruce Wayne. Yes. Actually, I was thinking. I forgot. I was thinking to go to shop to buy a mask to bring here to the podcast.
Oh man, that'd be great.
I forget.
Jason, you got any questions for him?
Oh boy. What's been your favorite car to drive in iRacing?
My favorite car for now is the Formula Ray FF 1600.
I can definitely tell that.
Yes.
Yeah. The spec, I like the spec as well, but I'm more in love with the 1600 Formula 4 for the moment. I love the Cadillac when I start iRacing. I really love the Cadillac. The CTV or CVT or whatever they call it.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. They ran.
Yeah.
Was that when they ran? They ran the Cadillac and the Mustang together, right? Am I?
No.
No.
No, the Cadillac is the free content.
Oh, the
It's a free
CTSV.
car.
CTSV.
Yeah,
Yes.
CTSV.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
That was my favorite when I start iRacing. The car is amazing. I
It's-
love the Cadillac.
It still is. I mean, those cars.
Yeah, American muscle. That
Yep.
car is, especially the noise, the sound of the engine. The car is brutal.
It is.
It's brutal.
Have you seen one in real life?
No.
Oh, Antonio, it sounds about the same.
Yeah.
They were around. They're not around as much anymore as they used to be, but they were around when I was a kid. And I remember getting out of my mom's car, and there was a CTSV beside me idling, and it just blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It was a very, very dangerous car. And the fact that they made it a 4-door sedan to haul kids around in is crazy. But it was it's really cool. But it was the Cadillac and the Kia, by the way. They're telling me in the
yeah.
that's the classes they put together there.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jason?
I think that's all I got. I think
we can leave it open to the chat here for just a minute. For anybody that has any questions for Antonio. Antonio, first of all, thank you so much
thank you
for coming
me
on here. I knew you were a man of many talents and a very interesting guy that I'm finally glad to meet and get to actually talk to you a little bit when we're not talking crap to each other or trying to race or anything
likewise.
like that. Yeah. So it's really cool.
I admire you as well, Jason. And
yeah.
No. And I said something similar to Monty. But yeah, I wanted to thank you as well. You, Monty, and Chris were one of the first to kind of help me learn how to sim race, how to be better at the spec racer, and I'm a big part of the reason why I still stuck around in the community. So y'all's help when I first joined was very helpful, and very thankful that I was able to meet you and Monty and Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can speak for most people in the Weekend Warriors, Antonio, when I say, I could be having the worst day ever, and I can just hop in into the Discord in the second. Hi, Adam. I mean, you make my day, Antonio. You are one of the best people I've met on iRacing by far, and thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
same here.
I guess there is a question here from Flavio. Says,
Flavio, don't do that.
That's bad. He goes, remember that race you almost won? He believes it was...
Yes, I remember. What on the last corner?
Yeah,
I went to the grass.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh boy, could be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, so that was for an overall win in the SRF. But I mean, that just goes to show how fast Antonio is.
Thank you, Tamara, for the kind words.
Yeah. Unbelievable. One of the better interviews I think we've had. And I do have one final question, Flavio. Man, I did it again. I'm looking at the chat, Antonio, before we get out of here. You and Jorg Monty are pretty close. How did that friendship start?
We meet on the Discord with Michael from Denmark.
Michael Nelson.
And Michael Nelson. And then I joined the Michael Nelson on the Discord. The channel is Odessa, the name of the channel in the Discord. And then Manny and Michael, they are very old friends from a very long time. And then once I get friend with Michael, I get friend with money. And then we start step by step, more and more communicating on the Discord, and we start growing our friendship more, and with the time passing, and then we become a very good mates.
Have you and your
Yeah.
have you seen each other? Have you guys gotten together yet in real life? Because I
No,
know
not.
he
Yeah,
lives
not
almost
yet.
across the world,
Yeah,
basically at this
he's
point.
very close.
Yeah.
He wants to come to Portugal to visit me on
Yep.
the next summer if everything goes right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael Nelson also, they planning, and Chris Murakami also plan to come here to Portugal. So we will have we try to cross the calendar to all together at the same time to be here.
We better see
We
some
will
pictures from that trip.
Yeah.
There better be a go-kart race.
There better be a go-kart race, and you better
I'm a lucky
win.
guy.
All right, Antonio.
Thank you very much.
I think that's it for us. Thank you so much. It's 3:30 now in the morning where you are. So,
All right. Yeah, it's true.
are you going to do a little bit of racing after we get off of here? Or?
No.
Antonio, it was
I
so
wouldn't put
great.
it past
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't
you.
either. If I see a Twitch notification come up that you're streaming, Antonio, when we get out of here. But
Yeah.
no, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And guys, it's been weird not having Stevie here. I know Stevie would have enjoyed this one, but Stevie, get to feeling better, my man. And
Yeah, all the best, Stevie.
yeah, every Tuesday.
Recover.
Every Tuesday, same time, same place, guys. We will see you next week.
Yep. See you next week.
Bye.
Stevie leads the charge, he is the warrior's chief. Adam's got the takes that'll roast like it's beef. Coach extraordinaire, yeah, Jason's on the mic. Seat four's wide open, who's rolling in tonight? It's the racing line, Tuesday's prime. For sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the racing line. It's the racing line, Tuesday's prime. For sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight, now hear that whine. Engines up, it's time for the racing line. It's the racing line, Tuesday's prime. For sim talk pace and weekend warriors time. Strap in tight now.
Appreciate your time, Frank. This gentleman has done wonders for sim racing, the real world racers that come into sim racing or go back and forth. Frank's responsible to get some guys out on track. So without further ado, Mr. Frank Swartz, Grass Paddock Motorsports, tell us what you do.
What do we call this thing? The Racing Line. I'm all out of sync. We got more people to deal with this week than what I'm used to. So thanks to my co-host, Jason, for joining us. Adam's back this week. And as you can see, we got a fourth sitting here. Megan Oversheet is already joining us to help us do some reviews and stuff. So thank you, Megan.
Let's go, Megan.
And help
Good.
us.
Good
Good evening, Greg.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, hey, we're just getting ready to review the spec racers, and since we had an announcer in the waiting room, we thought we'd go ahead and bring you in.
Well, thank you very much.
There he is.
Hey, we got him.
Hey, Jason, we got you this time.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
We won't talk about
Yeah.
the other.
Our special guest for the evening, Mr. Dave Ogburn, and for Dave to introduce you to these two knuckleheads, you got.
Great to see you, Thor. Welcome to the fourth chair and the podcast this week.
No, thank you so much for having me. It feels surreal, like finally being able to talk to you guys. You know, I've been in this league for like what 2-3 years, and yeah, finally face to face.
Oh.
Yes, our first guest.
Jeff.
Put you on the spot now, Jeff.
Oh.
So, welcome, Mr. Jeff Jacobson. Again, great to have you here. Thanks for taking some time out to join us.
We get to some fun part. That's why you're here, Jerry. This is our guest segment after the reviews. So thanks for sitting through with us, and
That was fun.
and
Thanks.
yeah, it's some good racing. So, well, first of all, we gotta say thank you to Trenton for taking time to come join us. He's one of the hardest working guys I know, and you can look there in the shop behind him and get an idea of what he does. So, as everybody sees, we've got Darren Ganji, and if you didn't know already, he is Mr. Sim Motion, where you can get all your sim rigs and equipment and everything. He's also the sponsor of that league we were just talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Sean Ambrose, we go back forever, back to the very early beginning days of the Weekend Warriors, when it was broadcasted on another broadcast, GSRC, I don't mind saying it. Very good to us. And Sean was one of the producers, announcers, always great to talk with. So,
Mr. Edgar Sancinelli, Weekend Warrior, Frito Sport Racing. I don't know what all you do, but great to have you join us tonight, Edgar.
Yes.
I'm not saying shit. Oh, see, I literally. Whatever,
Yep,
I give up.
there you go.
I know you've had a mute for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
it's for the views when Adam and you were there. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
jeez.
Oh yeah.